everyone, it's Emily. So today's video is actually a collab with one of my good friends here on YouTube. Her name is DW, and I'll have all her information down below and also link her channel down below. And our collab video is talking about our transgender journey and our transgender experiences, and also how we gain confidence and are proud within ourselves. And if you didn't know, I am transgender. I'm very open about that. This is the first time I mentioned it here on YouTube, but I am transgender. So if you want to see my transgender journey and kind of my life story and how I gain confidence, just keep watching. Okay, so ever since a young age, I knew that I was different and that something wasn't right. And I'm not saying that anything was wrong, because that's definitely not the case, but I knew that I acted different than the other kids that I had saw in the community and that I went to school with. So like, I wanted to play with Barbies. Meanwhile, the other boys, they wanted to play with trucks, which was, I don't know. Honestly, I didn't care. I thought that what I was doing was fine, and it is. So yeah. But you should have seen me when I was little. I mean, I think I definitely had way more confidence than I do now, honestly. Because I didn't care what people think. And honestly, now, I mean, I don't, but part of me does care at the same time. But when I was a kid, I was just like, I'm gonna be me. Like, that's just kind of how I thought. And I feel like that's how a lot of kids think. They just kind of don't really give a crap. But ever since a young age, like I started off with, I felt like I was born in the wrong body, if that makes sense. Like, my brain kind of identified differently than the rest of my body. Like, my body was kind of like the opposite of what I wanted to be. So if I were to describe transgender to you in a really basic way, it's pretty much saying that one's gender doesn't identify with the sex they were assigned at birth, their biological sex. Which is definitely the case for me, because I was assigned male at birth, but deep down inside, you know, I knew that I was not male. So, yeah, let's get into some more details. So I transitioned when I was in 4th grade. I am currently in 8th grade. Now, I'm 14 years old, but I transitioned out to the public when I was in 4th grade. My parents wrote a letter to the school basically explaining what transgender is and kind of my story and how I always felt different, and honestly I'd been hiding who I was my entire life. Like, I would dress up like a boy, but that truly wasn't me, which was always hard, really. But they sent out that letter, and originally I wasn't allowed to use the bathrooms at my school, and I didn't end up using and when I say bathrooms, I mean like girls' room. I had to use like the nurse's office, main office bathroom. But so I wasn't allowed to do that because parents had actually called and complained, and they were worried about me sharing a bathroom with their children. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of over that now because I'm allowed to use the bathroom. But I'll get into that more. So 4th grade was an interesting year. It was kind of hard for me to adjust just because I had never lived as a girl. I mean, I am, and I always was deep down inside a girl, but I never really got to hang out with girls that much. And in 4th grade, I realized how much drama goes on. And that was a bad thing and a good thing, just because I actually got to see how girls actually act. Meanwhile, the drama really did affect me, and it affected a lot of other people too, but drama, it was just so many stupid things happened. So there's that. Okay, and at my school, I am allowed to play sports. I play field hockey and basketball at my school, and I'm allowed to play in the girls' team. That has never been an issue. And I am actually allowed to change in the girls' locker room at my school, but I choose not to just because, I don't know, I'm not really comfortable with that, just because I'm not comfortable with my body in the first place, just because what I have down there is really nobody else's business, but I also don't want it to be there. Like, that's the last thing I would ever want anybody to see. And I feel like I jeopardized that just changing in the locker room. So, also, friends these days. I have friends, like, I definitely have friends, but, I used to have more friends. You could definitely say that, but, I mean, the friends I have, I feel like are close friends, and I might be friends with them for a long period of time, which I think is awesome. In my life, I haven't mentioned my family yet, but my parents are very supportive. I have 2 older brothers, and they're also very supportive and are really accepting, and they are trying to help the community as well. I actually talk at schools locally, and I've talked at transgender conferences and things like that. And right now I'm actually writing a speech for my school. I'm going to be talking about transgender discrimination. And if you want me to post that speech once I do it, like a video of it, I'd gladly do that. So, I mean, throughout my whole journey, people have misunderstood me, and people still do. That's just natural in our society, really, I feel. When I was younger, I mean, first of all, I was kind of ashamed to be trans because I didn't know there were any other trans people in the community. I didn't even know there was a transgender community. So in my 4th grade year, I kind of did feel alone. I mean, I didn't really realize it then, but now when I look back on it, I'm just like, wow, I really was kind of closed-minded about that. Which, I don't know. I thought it was kind of a rare thing that I was trans, when honestly it's not rare at all. Because there are a lot of transgender people. And in the media nowadays, there's so many transgender people, like Caitlyn Jenner and Jazz Jennings, who I actually know personally. I have my friend DW, and I actually go to a transgender camp, and that's awesome, really, because you get to talk. And you get to be at a regular camp, but you're with people who understand you so much better than people who aren't trans or cisgender. So, yeah, I mean, people have misunderstood me just because I feel like, they're confused. They're like, but you were born like this, so why do you want to be that? And things like that. And sometimes religion comes into it. Like, people have messaged me and they've commented on my like Instagram photos and things like that, and they're like, oh, you're a boy, you can't do that, it's wrong, God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, stuff like that. Like, I'm a girl, period. I am a girl. Like, that's the end of it. And since my sexuality, I am attracted to guys, and some people have actually called me gay because of that, which honestly, I mean, I don't care. Like, that's their insecurity, and they can leave. But yeah, and I would say how I get my confidence is, one thing is, I wear makeup. I don't know, I feel like, some people say, like, makeup, oh, you're fake, like, but makeup really helps me feel beautiful in myself, and I think that is awesome for me. Like, that's one of the reasons that I get my confidence. And I just think, and I'm like, if anyone, like, I think every morning, if anyone wants to be mean to me today, that's their fault, and it's not mine. And I think if someone wants to be rude to me, like, that's their insecurity and they need help. Like, if you're going to be rude to someone, honestly, that's not the other person's issue, it's yours. And if you're gonna talk to someone in a derogatory way just because of how they act or how they look or anything, really, it's your fault. You're in the wrong. Even if it's some stupid thing that's going on, you shouldn't call out somebody, you shouldn't look down on other people, you really shouldn't do that. And So to sum up what I just said, pretty much, I think in the morning, if someone wants to judge me, it's their problem, not mine. And pride, well, personally, I'm just kind of proud of who I am, and if I can help the transgender community and the LGBT community in a positive way and help open people's minds, I'm going to do it. And the thing is, some people label me as like a transgender person, but I'm not just transgender. I mean, you know what I mean? I like makeup, I like hair, I like fashion, I like art, I like all these other things, and all those other characteristics make me. It's not just the fact that I'm transgender that makes me, if you understand what I'm saying. It's a label that's been put on me, and I mean, I'm fine with being transgender, and I am transgender, but I identify as female. I don't identify, like, I don't call myself a trans person, I call myself a girl. So honestly, there have been times in my life where I have been depressed and felt suicidal this past summer. And one of the reasons was just because I lost a friend who was really close to me. Well, who I was really close to. But honestly, I feel like if I didn't have my mother in my life, that I wouldn't be here today, because she has really helped me along my journey, and I feel like without her, I really wouldn't be the person I am today. Okay, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe, because if you want to see more of this, me, and just more videos on my life and, you know, makeup tutorials and everything, just comment that down below as well. But if you have any questions, and if I get enough questions, I'll do a whole new video on them, answering them. And I'm considering doing a Q&A soon, but I need to have more subscribers to do that. So please subscribe, because I'd love to answer your questions and help you guys benefit in a positive way from me answering your questions, I guess. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the video. Bye, guys.